GM guys, hoo, hoo, hoo. Welcome to this special StarkStream holiday edition. So I hope you're starting your holiday season in the best way possible. And yeah, I'm very happy to be here with you all, guys. Thanks a lot for coming. And yeah, hi Thomas. Hello Andrew. Hello Ariel. Hello Agu. Hello RK. How's it going? So yeah, let's get ready for this fantastic edition. So there will be a lot of amazing surprises. There will be some raffles, a special spoke, and maybe also some cool guests. So yeah, stay tuned for that. And yeah, we'll be starting with the news very briefly. Let me know how you're feeling. How is it going? Santa is back. Yeah, I hope you like my hat and also my sweater. Super Santa. So yeah, let me remove the banner. Okay, move the music a bit. Okay. Actually, I leave some music. So guys, let's start with as usual with the L2-bit chart, and as you can see, Starknet is stable in the 7th position of the ranking, and we have almost a 3% increase in total value locked in the week, so quite good. And we are stable around 139 million, so almost 140 millions in total value locked. So it didn't change a lot during the week, but we're up a little bit. And yeah, so we're approaching the holiday season also with green, which is always welcome. So let's start also with having a look at some highlights from this year. So I basically took some news from the Starknet ecosystems. Lemon the Starknet, our weekly recap that I curate on behalf of the Starknet Eco community, and we've been issuing it since February last year. So it is a good tool to use in order to take some highlights from the Starknet ecosystem. Obviously, I would miss a lot of very important news because we don't have a lot of time for that. But yeah, I try my best to pick at least some of them and follow a kind of path that will guide you through this amazing year for Starknet. And then we'll also be speaking a bit about the future. So yeah, don't waste. Let's not waste additional time, and also let's start, with the first news. Yeah, I will take this one. So the wallet scene on Starknet during this year was pretty vibrant. We saw a lot of news, very important news, both from Bravos and also from Argent. Regarding Bravos, we saw they introduced the multi-account wallet. Before that, they also they worked a lot on security, creating their security pyramid composed of of the hardware wallet and 2 and 3 factors authentication. And they also worked a lot on account abstraction. These features are possible due to account abstraction. And they also introduced the multi-account, which is a sort of multi-sig, right? So an account that can be managed by different accounts. Then we, Argent as well, they did a great job. They also introduced the email wallet. So basically you can create your wallet without having to deal with seed phrases, and it is attached to your email. And they also introduced, they implemented Starknet on their mobile wallet, on the Argent wallet, which is a wallet that is in the mobile scene since 3-4 years ago. and with Ethereum layer 1, and they implemented Starknet on it a couple of months ago, and they've been doing great things ever since. So I'm very excited about the whole all the things that Bravos and Argent are doing for the Starknet ecosystem. And let me know exactly, as as RK is pointing out here, what's your Starknet Pro score? So let me know what's yours. Mine should be around 94, something like that, if I remember well. Maybe went down a bit, but it is about 90, because I both use Argent and Bravo, both of them, and so I really like both of them. And then maybe later on we'll also be speaking about MetaMask snaps, which is something very interesting that came later in the year. But then moving to another very interesting news, like at the beginning of the year there was this kind of game, which is, I think, the most played game on Starknet so far. Let me know if you played with it. And basically it was like a Starfighter. It was called Starfighter, and it was those kind of games from the 70s, from the 80s actually, and space, the kind of space game from the console, and was organized by Starknet ID, and they teamed up with a lot of teams from the Starknet ecosystem, and a lot of people played with it. Let me click on it. Yeah, this was the video. And basically, they had different partnerships with with Bravos, with Everite, with Starksheet, and also a lot of other sponsors as well. And it lasted around 2-3 weeks, I guess, this campaign. And you basically had this kind of spaceship, and you had to dodge the asteroids, right? And the longer you stayed alive, the more points you would accumulate, and many people participated to that. And it is up to date, if I remember well, the most played game on Starknet. And so then it was a very important year for Starknet infrastructure, because we saw the birth of Madara, which is a Rust-powered Starknet sequencer, and it used to be called Kaioshin. In fact, it was announced for the first time at the end of February. It was in the first LAM on the Starknet, and then they changed the name into Madara, and it is a sequencer built with the help of the Substrate framework, and there were this is still Madara, and basically Madara allows you to build very fast and safe upchains on top of Starknet. So we during the year it grew a lot of contributors, because it is an open source project, so lots of people contributed using the Only Dust contributors platform, and it's going pretty fast. We saw at the end of the summer we saw the first upchain deploying, which was Paradex, if I remember well, and so it is a very exciting piece of infrastructure, and we'll be hearing a lot about Madara also in the next year for sure. And also we spoke a bit more about Bravos earlier, but also Argent, as I said, they had a very active year, and they introduced also their Explorer campaigns, which lasted for 8 weeks, starting from March. And they also, they did different initiatives to boost activity on Starknet. And let me take a break to read some comments, to say hello to somebody. So hello, the first, how's it going? Hello, my friends. Super Santa Duck, no? Yeah, Super Santa Duck. Hopefully we had a Super Santa Duck. And the first Nomad said is His pro score was is 93, pretty good. LK078, not bad. Thomas is beating us. Then there's also Mart. Hello, Mart. How's it going? Hello, Ivan. So, guys, stay tuned because we are going to, I need to add also some names here. Let's see if there's already Mart. I think there's already Mart. There isn't. Okay. So let me also add Ivan. Okay, the others are in. So we'll be spinning this, this wheel, fortune wheel, later on to raffle both this, this speeder and this Christmas tree by Brick. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, so we already have Lager back, I think. Okay, I'll update that later on as well. So in a while, we'll also issue the Spock, which is for everybody. So no worries. Hello, Lager. Hello, Anatoly. Okay. Santa Nurs, ho, of course. So, yeah, we'll move this a bit later. So, in as I was saying, it was a big year in terms of infrastructure, and we saw also besides Madara, we also saw the birth of Giza, which is an AI related project, and they are basically building ZK powered machine learning models using Cairo, and they built also their first the first framework called Orion, which allows you to program machine learning models using Cairo, and you can do a lot of different experimentations and cool use cases with it, related obviously to artificial intelligence. And yeah, so the team behind Giza, they're very talented, and we also had them at the Star Cafe. They also explained the history of AI, which actually dates back. AI was born in the straight after the Second World War, so in 1950. Because it went crazy, went parabolic this year, but it is a very old trend, at least in the principle. But it took such a long time in order to get on the first page, right? There was like an exponential growth in the last 10 years, and especially in the last year with open like ChatGPT, Midjourney, and stuff like that. And yeah, let me know what you think about Giza, what kind of use cases you see, when it comes to machine learning models on Starknet, and yeah, staying in the infrastructure field. Like this year, also this was one of the first tweets about the Dojo on-chain gaming engine, which is a framework to build on-chain games on Starknet. And let me zoom in. So Dojo is the first provable game engine. This was announced, in spring, and there's a cool also explanation about it. If you want to refresh it, I'm gonna leave it in the comments. And the Dojo, the Dojo field, the Dojo community grew a lot because they also started doing gaming related hackathons like the Dojo Game Jam. There's also an holiday edition going on as we're speaking for like 2-3 weeks, and they're also holding like online lessons about how to use Dojo, and there's a growing gaming community building on it. And I also interviewed some projects that are building on it, at the Starknet Fam, and gaming developers really like it. And we'll be seeing we are already seeing a lot of games being built on it, and yeah, like in the 24 Dojo, we will be hearing a lot from Dojo and from the games being deployed on it. And it is the gaming scene on Starknet is growing so fast. And a thing that strikes me is that like it is developing almost in a parallel way to the rest of the Starknet community, because it is a different field, than DeFi, than NFTs, and also like the economic field is like the economic principle and elements in this field is different in terms of also of importance. I mean, it is important, but obviously one of the principle of gaming is having fun and building fun games. And it is also something that I've always thought is that gaming is less competitive than is less competitive than like DeFi, right? Because it is different. It is very rare that two games are exactly the same. Obviously, they will compete for gamers, but for players. But still, it is the vibe is different. Also, like internally, people collaborate a lot, and there are less also ego clashes, this kind of thing, which are normal in an industry, but still a very, very sustainable and very, very interesting field. So, like for example, we saw the launch like Topology, which is a very high-tech laboratory which is dealing with physics-powered games, and they launched Shoshin, and using physics stuff. Actually, I'm not able to explain that perfectly because it is a bit too techy for me, but still it is a very very interesting project. And yeah, so we finished the gaming part. Just let me check Telegram if we have some guests coming over. Still a bit early. Hello. Binance Research published a report on on-chain games and with major highlights on Starknet and Wario Dojo Lottery arms. Very promising, very good. DeFi is bigger than gaming. I mean, I don't like comparing things. They're both very, very interesting and promising fields. So they are just different. Diversity is always good, and yeah. So, what time is it? I think we can already start with a raffle. I would say we can raffle this cool brick mass. So let me see. Let me add. Yeah, I think we are all here. I also added the guys who posted on Hex. So are you ready, guys? Let's start with the first raffle that will assign this brick mass, right? Which is actually from the past year. So let's see. Oh, our friend out something actually. Yeah, a very frequent viewer of our. You know, it is very fun because actually, he built a collection using brick. He's like the creators of Ducks Everywhere collection. Congrats, yeah, congrats on something. Yeah, it's cool. I'm gonna screenshot this and send it to him. That's cool. Maybe he's he's watching us, but on YouTube. Sorry, on on X, because he usually watches our streams. So I'm sending him. So yeah, sorry guys. Let's continue with with the news. Where did we get? I think we are. So obviously, we couldn't end this year properly without speaking about Kakarot, which is a ZK EVM being being built on Starknet. And yeah, here we have Hot Duck. Hello, Hot Duck. Congratulations. You won a Brick Mastery. Yay! Very good, man. Congrats. Now I have to. Okay, so here we are. So basically, as I was saying, this year there were a lot of talks about the Starknet ZK EVM, and they built. They've been building this Ethereum virtual machine in Cairo, and this will bring this will make people interact with Starknet, because this is going to also be deployed on Starknet. So people will be able to use it also with with MetaMask, and it will be EVM compatible. So also developers who are used to Solidity rather than Cairo will be encouraged to deploy their projects on it. So there's in this thread by our friend Starkians, you can learn a lot about Kakarot, because it is not, it is quite techy as well. So you need to read a bit more about that. But it is a project also that raised a lot of money from fans and from Starkware itself as well. So definitely, the 2024 maybe we'll see the Kakarot ZK VM deploying it is almost for granted on testnet, but maybe even on an alpha version of mainnet. Who knows? How to join the raffle? Ariel, you were in the raffle actually, so you still have the chance to win the other one. And so as you can see here, you were in the raffle, but our friend out something won. But you still have a chance in the next one, which is also like this has got some value, but still early for that. Okay. So obviously, at the beginning of the summer, there was the so-called quantum leap upgrade that saw Starknet becoming, quite a competitive, let's say, network. Because before then, it was, we need to be honest, it was very slow and quite expensive as well. And with the quantum leap upgrade, things improved a lot. Also in terms of transactions per second, and Lambda class, the infrastructure lab, they spent the first half of the year building it, and working on these upgrades, and thankfully it arrived at the beginning of July, and first on testnet and later on mainnet on the 12th, on the 9th of July, just in time for the Starknet CC in Paris, which is one of the biggest events in the year for regarding Starknet. And here we have also a Le Monde Starknet, which was basically an edition about it. And yeah, this year was particularly interesting. We also there was Vitalik on stage as well, talking about ZK EVMs, and there were a lot of very interesting talks, a very amazing hacker house before the conference happened, and obviously Eli opened the show with speaking about integrity, one of the principle of Starknet, and its vision. And also then, we'll be speaking a bit later about the foundation. But during this year, we also saw the appointment of the CEO of the Starknet Foundation, and we saw a lot of activities being carried out by the foundation, which was announced at the end of the last year, and they were pretty active this year. But we'll touch back on that. Okay, then I wanted to speak about also developers programs and base camps, because during this year we saw a lot of courses for developers, so base camps, boot camps, being organized also for local communities, such as the ones which took place in Africa, with the help of Starknet Africa, and also Web3 Bridge, which is a company that helps African developers learn more about Web3 and blockchain. And they had a partnership with Starkware and with Starknet Africa, and they held a lot of boot camps and base camps across the whole African continent. And we also have here the first nomad from the Uganda's Starknet community. They also had very interesting initiatives there, and it was very welcoming to see this kind of initiatives also taking places in South America, in Asia. There were a lot of base camps, besides also the base camps in English, held by the Starknet Foundation. And this was also obviously the year of Cairo 1, because we saw the big migration from Cairo native to Cairo 1, right? And the projects gradually implemented Cairo 1 contracts on their protocol, and it took a while. But at the time of speaking, I think that most projects are moving their codes. They are upgrading their code into Cairo 1, and that's very cool. And if you want to learn more about Cairo and also its components, the components that make Cairo possible, you can read this cool article by Starkware that was issued in September, and yeah. Speaking about Cairo, there was also the first Cairo 1.0 hackathon in July, held by Pragma, which is the Starknet native oracle, and they organized this, the first ever Cairo 1.0 online hackathon. It was online, and they had a lot of sponsors, and it was a very good initiative with I think about 50k dollars in bounties, if I remember well, so in prices. So it was a very good initiative, and devs liked it a lot, of course. And yeah, so let me take a small break, guys. I'm gonna play some music. Just need to. So here we are back, guys. So thanks a lot for your patience. Let me read some comments. Remove the banner. Yeah, there was a big question by Ariel. So talk about Quantum Leaps. What do you think about Quantum Leaps NFTs? Did it will bring some reward, or maybe could be eligible criteria in Starknet's airdrop? I have no idea, but what I think is that obviously there was that kind of tech problem, so not many people were able to mint it. So I think that it won't play any role in any kind of criteria, because basically obviously this is only my thoughts, but obviously people couldn't manage to to mint it due to tech problems. So it wouldn't be fair to reward those few who managed to mint it. This is just my natural thought, and I think also there won't be a continuation of it, I think. And yeah, so I think it won't be playing a role in the drop. There's Thomas, who likes singing. Very good. Okay, so I think I was waiting for some guests, but maybe they didn't make it. Let me see. Okay, actually we can we can share the spoke actually. So claim your spoke, guys. So this is a special spoke where the whole NurStars team wishes you a very happy holidays. So enjoy your holidays with your family, and yeah, I'm sure you'll have a great time. And I wish you all the best for for the new year as well. So let me claim it as well. So let's all play it, and then we'll be back with also with a guest, with a special guest. Really looking forward to it. And so we'll be right back in. We'll be right back in a minute. Sorry. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed the spoke. Yeah, I hope you like it. So it's now time to speak a bit about DeFi, because during this year we saw a lot of developments around DeFi on Starknet, and different protocols deployed their fully operational DeFi protocols on Starknet, and like for example Nostra Finance, ZK Lens. And also, there were a lot of proposals in order to establish programs in order to boost liquidity, and also like liquidity initiatives on Starknet. And as a result, the DeFi committee was announced by the foundation, and it is a board of very experienced founders and DeFi personalities on Starknet that are going to gather together in order to brainstorm cool initiatives in order to help DeFi grow on Starknet. And I'm very honored to to welcome one of them, one of the members of this DeFi committee, who is Jane from ZK Land. Hello, Jane. How's it going?
Hi, NurStar. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
Likewise, Merry Christmas to you. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for coming with such a short notice. Thanks a lot.
No, of course, it's great to be here. I'm sad I didn't win a Brickmas set, but I am still here.
Yeah, actually, I had you, to the next one. Maybe you
I'm kidding.
more lucky. Okay, that's cool. And well, Jane, would you like to talk a bit about also your considerations, about this year on Starknet? Obviously, also from the perspective of ZK Land, and also your views about the future, and also about DeFi. What do you think about this, committee's initiative? And I remember you were also together with Dav from Nostra. You were the first DeFi people who proposed this kind of initiatives, and I was very happy when I saw the DeFi committee being announced, because it was sort of like it was something that we needed and you asked for, and it is final here. So yeah, the floor is yours, and looking forward to listening to you.
Thank you, NurStar. Yeah, so this year has definitely been very interesting for us as ZK Land. It's actually the second full year in which we were building, and I would say it's really about materializing our product. Last year it was always about, we believe in Starknet, we believe in its potential, we're building, but this product is going to come out soon. I think this year is really the year where we showed off our skills, and we were able to launch both our mainnet alpha as well as our mainnet earlier in May as well as in October. I think without going into too much detail, we are a lending market that is built on top of Starknet. So our goal here is really to become one of the building blocks of DeFi on the network, because we realize that as with every network, DeFi is kind of the foundation of every type of network activity. Whether you are gaming or you're buying an NFT, at the end of the day, you still need to swap, or if you have excess tokens sitting in your wallet, you'll still need a money market to be able to earn yield passively. But I won't bore you with all the details. I think, reflecting on this year, I think what is absolutely most exciting for me was Quantum Leap. Um, I think about Starknet, and oftentimes people talk about its potential. And, we talk about tech, we talk about the science behind it. But when you realize it, I would argue that there were times when it felt like a very clunky machine, where people talking about like using ZK to scale, but like TPS was like 0.1, for example. So it's like, how do you prove your point that like Starknet is going to be the future of Ethereum scaling, or really any blockchain scaling, when the average TPS, or let's not use TPS because you can do multi-call, but when it takes 5 minutes for a transaction to go through, and it costs so much. So I think this was like, I don't know if it's like revenge, or if it really felt that like, hey, you know what I was talking about has finally come true. And I think it's something to celebrate, not only for us, but for every single protocol in the ecosystem, because now our value proposition just 100x'd. So, the thing is, I'm still very excited looking into 2024. I think the big thing to look forward to is obviously reduction in fees. It's an area that, while Starknet fees are still relatively low, with the introduction of Volition, where users will be able to choose whether or not to have their data on chain or on Volition, like using a data availability network, that's going to reduce fees significantly for those who choose, I guess, a less, I wouldn't say less secure option, but like an alternative option. So very much looking forward to that. And in terms of the DeFi committee, that's something I am a part of, with Richard from Nostra, Itamar from Argent, Mentor from Avenue, as well as Vitaly from ZKX. And the mission of the DeFi committee, as it was founded, was really just to promote DeFi on Starknet and to help grow both TVL as well as trade volume of the network. So there are a couple initiatives that we are working on, but namely, one is to be able to onboard users onto Starknet. Two is to look at the quality of applications being offered on the network. Three is in terms of depth of liquidity being offered across all the venues on the network. And last but not least, how do we foster a healthy developer ecosystem that are looking to develop not only creative DeFi apps, but also teams that are as commercially minded, in order to have a great product market fit moving forward. Because at the end of the day, it isn't just about building a great app. It's also about knowing how to market it and knowing how to get to the users. So there's a lot of work going ahead. We did get a budget of 50 million Stark tokens, which is very exciting, which will go towards some of the activities that I mentioned just now. In what form, I will leave it to the announcement. But I think you have, for those listening and who are users of Starknet, you have provisions to look forward to. You have the DeFi committee growth initiatives to look forward to. I believe, early adopters committee, that was announced earlier. Devnomics was announced earlier. So, even if you don't know the details, I think it's clear that Starknet is, going ahead with a lot of its token grants, as I would assume, there is some form of token action coming up in the next year. That's just my guess, though. So it's not representative of Starknet's view, but it's something to very much look forward to, and shows the network's commitment to really acquiring users.
That's great. Thanks a lot, Jane, and congratulations on the great job that you've been doing, at ZK Land. And I also would like to give you credits for the great educational job that you've been doing, for the last 2 years, because you don't only, educate people about your own protocol, but about Starknet, the overall Starknet, and you did a lot of podcast series. So I really value these things a lot. And you also have like Emma on the marketing side, very talented. And I had the opportunity to to host a panel where she was present during
Yes.
the last Starknet CC. We had a great time there, and we definitely need to align both DeFi DeFi work, and also like sustainable marketing and growth strategies, in order to to express the full potential of Starknet and to attract as many users as possible. And yeah, I think that you've been doing a great job at zkland. Also, like when are we going to see also the protocol about the institutional clients, like which was called Artemis, right?
Yeah, yeah. We rebranded it to zkland and zkland Institutional. That's definitely still in the works, but I will talk about one thing that we are hinting at is an omni-chain strategy, um, which is something that we are looking to build as zkland V2. So it is somewhat of a pivot, I would say, because initially the idea was to build out zkland on Starknet and then move on to the institutional side of things. Now that we're in the ecosystem, I think what we are really excited about is building a version 2 that connects users from all other chains into depositing into zkland. And this liquidity will be aggregated on the zkland deployment of Starknet. I think that's something that we are very excited about and may actually take precedence over zkland Institutional. But more to come on that, and that announcement will come probably early next year.
That's very cool. So you basically also building a kind of like bridging infrastructure, so that people can also bridge directly into your protocol, right?
Exactly, but we abstract out all the bridging. So imagine if you are Nurstar on Polygon and you don't want to get off Polygon because that's where all your funds are. You want to deposit ETH and you want to earn a passive yield. Now you can actually do on zkland. And the interest rate that you're earning is going to be the same across every single chain. So the user who deposits on Arbitrum is going to earn the same yield as the user depositing on Starknet. And we utilize a concentrated pool here in order to make sure of capital efficiency. So people borrow from the same pool and people deposit into the same pool. But you're right, like more or less, it abstracts out the bridging process, but it does bridge funds over.
Yeah, I really believe that this kind of practices, will be playing a very important part in DeFi on Starknet in the next 2 years. This kind of having protocols looking for this kind of vertical integration. Where basically you offer 100% experience, like from 0 to 10 experience to the users, without having those like early adopters, or like those early users, people who don't have a lot of experience with DeFi. They will definitely see the process. Yeah, they will do the process in an easier way, because they won't have to deal also with many wallets and bridges and so on. So I think it will be very interesting to see how this approach, and this approach will be unfolding in the next year. And somebody asked for alpha, and Jane gave us alpha. So as
Yeah,
RK0
I
wrote.
have actually I have more alpha to share. We'll be
Okay.
launching a new feature in early January. It's a account abstraction feature that we'll be doing on Starknet. So users, let's just say you have multiple positions, multiple deposit positions. Let's just say you deposited ETH, you deposited USDC, WBTC. Instead of withdrawing all your money over 3 transactions, we'll be introducing a repay all and withdraw all features, leveraging the power of multi-call. So it's really exciting because we are using native account abstraction to try to make our UX better and really differentiate the experience over really any other lending protocol. So that's something to very much look forward to
Uh,
early next year.
That's great. That's how alpha is supposed to be. Thanks a lot
Yeah.
for sharing, such a very big news with us. Very very grateful for that. And once again, thanks a lot for coming to this special edition of StarkStream. And we wish you, a great holiday season. Merry Christmas to you and to all of your family. And hopefully, we'll be seeing you also at the Star Cafe during the next year, because I'm sure, we'll have to break down all this alpha, in at the Star Cafe.
Merry Christmas and happy holidays,
Merry
everyone.
Christmas, Jane. Take care. See
Bye.
you. Thanks a lot. So, guys, you asked for alpha and you got some cool alpha, right? How's it going? So let's go back to you know to our slides. Okay, where did we get to? Yeah, we got here, I guess. So yeah, let's take a comment break. Let's go. Let's go. Hello, Face to See. How are you doing? Hello, Naka. Quite cool. Hello, my friend Fabio. Okay. So we'll be mentioning some more news, and then we also do the last raffle. Okay. So we were speaking about wallets earlier on, and as I said, up to now we can't use Starknet using our MetaMask account, right? But earlier in September, we saw the launch of the MetaMask snaps, which are the a kind of like they are extensions, right? That you can build on top of MetaMask, and you can interact with MetaMask using these uh, like these extensions. And one of them was MetaMask Starknet Snap, and it allows you to create a Starknet account using this extension. For the time being, something that I didn't expect is that since September, it has not been integrated into projects yet. So basically, you can log in into a DApp, a Starknet DApp, using MetaMask, a MetaMask Snap. So I'm a bit disappointed about that. I thought we at this stage, after 3-4 months, we would be able to do something with that. But for the time being, you can just bridge funds into the Snap, but yeah, you can't do much on that. So hopefully, will be the MetaMask Starknet app will be integrated on dApps, and we'll be able to interact with them using it. Otherwise, obviously, it doesn't make any sense, right? So yeah, looking forward to it, and it was a really big news. And then this year we heard, I'm sure you heard a lot about about Herodotus, and which is a project that is working on storage proof. And yeah, we also had them at the Star Cafe, and we also produced a thread about about what they are, explained in simple words, because obviously it is very difficult technology here. But in simple words, storage proofs enable the transfer of information that is stored that enable like cross chain information transfer. And it allows to let a chain know that you have some hot assets on another and stuff like that. And it is a very safe and fast feature. And like they also use Herodotus use storage proofs to validate all the blocks that were issued on Ethereum L1 since the Genesis. So it is a very powerful feature, and many projects are using it. Also, like Yab, yet another bridge. They're building a very fast bridge using storage proofs. And we also had a clip. We issued a clip a couple of days ago, and the user experience is pretty good. For the time being, the yet another bridge is still on testnet, but yeah, we'll be able to bridge on mainnet as well very very soon. And yeah, storage proofs they're teaming up with many projects on Starknet in order to leverage the full potential of storage proof. So obviously, another big important talk was no, of the year was decentralization. We saw a lot of discussions, proposals in the forum about decentralization. Also, there were discussion on whether to introduce, to introduce the how is it called? I don't remember the name. It was like a consensus protocol. There is also a Tendermint. There were like discussions in order to introduce the Tendermint consensus protocol on Starknet. I think it's gonna be implemented, and there were also like discussions on the buffer problem, like which is like potential consensus on blocks that are unprofitable to prove. And then we also saw, like, in terms of governance, we saw the first the first votations taking place this year, and they were like to allow the deployment of the quantum leap version, and delegates use tokens sorry for that, delegated by the Starknet Foundation, and they voted on these proposals. And yeah, so it was a very active year for governance on Starknet, and the next one is gonna be even more, because last week, the also the governance hub was announced, and also like deployed, and it is a platform that it is the place to be when it comes to voting on Starknet's proposals, like to discuss proposals, also to delegate your tokens to. There's like the list of delegates that you can delegate your tokens to, and also like there's also a cool documentation about the vision of Starknet, and the process of decentralizing Starknet as much and as faster as possible. So definitely have a look at the governance hub, and so that's pretty much for that. And as I was saying earlier, we saw a lot of base camps in other languages than English. We saw one like in Spanish, being organized by the Starknet Espanol community, the Layer 2 en Español, and Sid Latam, and they are all like educational like communities. And then, as I said, also there were a lot of base camps in Africa, in Southeast Asia. But yeah, there, like, especially in South America, I think that South America and Africa are the markets with the biggest potentials in the medium term. And yeah, so let's see. Hopefully, we'll be seeing more and more dApps coming from these regions, building on Starknet. So let's take a comment break. There were some questions for Jane, but actually, yeah, she's left already. Can we able to pay fees in Stark from next month? Obviously, that means that by then the Starknet tokens will be released. So we don't know, but actually, the upgrade that will let you do that will be released in January, right? Which doesn't necessarily mean that the token will be released in January, because obviously you can release the upgrades, which allows that, but still, if the token is still inactive, obviously, it will just stay dormant, until the moment the token is deployed. And yeah, then let me see. It was cool indeed. Very cool alpha. Repay all to save gas will be awesome for ZK Land if implemented, as Jane said. Yeah, like rebates, right? Fabio. So actually, yeah, let's raffle the last gift of today. Let me see if I Naka. Okay. Let me remove out something. Okay, are you ready, guys? Let me know if you're ready. Let me know if you're ready, and I'll spin the wheel. Let me play some music. In the Ethereum snow, Starknet glows, telling dreams with festive flow, Christmas wishes, blockchain delight, joyful note, scaling to new heights. Very good, Arcade Zero. You're a rapper. Or did you use that with ChatGPT? If you didn't do that with ChatGPT, I wish that you will get this raffle because you would deserve it. But obviously, I can promise that. But yeah, so let's get ready. Let's turn the music, the volume down a bit. Okay. We are ready. Let me turn. So guys, 1, 2, and 3. Oh, Ariel! Congrats! Congrats, Ariel! You won this cool set. It's pretty good. I'm very happy for you. So yeah, basically you'll have to give me your Twitter handle and or write a GM to Nurstar, and let me see. So Ariel, you have to write me a DM on Twitter, and I'll send you this NFT tomorrow. I don't feel like now doing transactions now, but yeah, tomorrow I will send it to you. So yeah, let me know your Starknet address, and we will be receiving this cool set, which is valuable. I paid for it like 1 year ago, 0.2 ETH. And actually, I unboxed it, but still, it's a cool set. So yeah, let me know your address soon, and I'll send it to you. Christmas genius. Thanks, man. Congrats, Ariel. Congrats from Arcade Zero. So guys, we raffled everything, right? We raffled the set, we raffled the brick mass, we shared the spokes, and I don't know if still have some news. Actually, we cover pretty much everything, and yeah, so I think that we can call it a day, guys. It's been, an amazing Christmas holidays edition of the StarkStream. I hope you enjoyed it, and let me know what you thought about this edition. And obviously, thanks a lot for coming once again. And I wish you an unforgettable holiday season. Enjoy your Christmas and the whole holiday season with your family, and hopefully we'll be seeing each other very soon on both the StarkStream and at the Stark Cafe. But yeah, please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel in order to help us grow and to help us share the Starknet vibe. Thanks a lot once again, and see you very soon. Thanks a lot, guys. Take care. See you guys. Bye.